So we have our next speaker, Charley MIAO. He's the regional director of ACSC and TrendMD, our platinum sponsors from China, for this conference. He started as chief editor in the Journal Publishing Center of the Higher Education Press, China. He also served as council members and director of COPE, executive vice chair of the Chinese Committees of Medical and Health Journals on Publication Ethics. Associate MD CNKI's international and cell production experts in Elsevier. He has been known for his talks on publication ethics, research integrity. The topic of his presentation is how to international publishers use marketing for journal development, publishing innovations. So I welcome Charley MIAO.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, dear organizer, dear editors from all over the Asia, so I'm very happy to have the chance to share some of the innovation techniques in the field of marketing. So, wait a minute, let me share my screen. So we all know that marketing is so important for journal development, without any doubt. And I think, particularly at this special period of the very serious plague or COVID-19, because the very good research outcomes has to be disseminated very quickly and as widely as possible. So market tools are very important. So first thing is, what makes a journal successful? Very good point. And based on my knowledge, I think the first point is for journal, it should have a strategic journal development plan. And so good content acquisition, brand management, and financial projection. All these points are very important. And the second point is, a very important thing is quality control. For example, just like the first two speakers mentioned that peer review and use of journal metrics are very important. And the third point is widely visibility. And that is very important. And that is related to my topic today, the marketing of journal development. And the last point is also very important. After the marketing, do not forget to get some sort of customer feedback. And we learn that how satisfy the whole reader market. That is also very important. So if we talk about the marketing, so what does marketing mean for journal development? Here I listed several key points. First thing is grow your readership. We all know that that is so important. And the second point is keep readers reading, the most important research outcome. And the third point is increase article downloads. We know that. That is also very important. And also very practical point is try to increase citations. The next point is attract more authors so that we have very good content to be published in our journal. That is also very, very important. And the last point is, in some case, in some situations, we usually overlook, but that is also very important, how to drive such subscription, how to increase the revenue, how to make our journals to be developed sustainably in the long run. And a very good conclusion I got from a website. It is called the 101 innovations in scholarly communication. And there are quite a lot of points here. And so let's focus on one very important point. It's called most important long-term development, and is related to, for example, if you talk about the discovery, and it is related to multidisciplinary citation enhanced databases, some sort of. And I think the most, even more important thing is some potentially most disrupted development. It means that, for example, a semantic, concept search, conceptual or social recommendations. The thing is, a very important thing is because everyone, particularly scientists, are very, very busy. So how to make them to read the most suitable content at the suitable time, that will be very, very important. So if you look at the, there are quite a lot of, if you look at the accessing to many international publishers' website, you will see that quite a lot of publishers collect some sort of cookies. What does it mean? Because one of the very important thing is they would like to recommend most suitable articles to the readers to save the readers' time. So for example, Oxford University journals here at the top, you will see that there is some option for readers. And we would like to collect your cookies. Do you agree or not? You can say no, you can say yes. So, and also quite a lot of enhanced networks, social networks. And I list here only several of them. The first thing is we're all familiar and heard quite a lot of time for the ResearchGate. That is very important, just like discover scientific knowledge and make your research visible. And the second one, I would really want to recommend that, Kudos. Kudos was established around 2014, but it is a really good tool. So, and the next one is Mendeley. We all know that because it's related, closely related to peer review experts. They are very precious. Their time is very limited. So how to give them some authentication, that is very important. So luckily enough, we have Mendeley. And also the other one is so-called Research ID. Also, particularly, for example, like OCAD, we all know that, that's very important. And the last point, I have to mention that TrendMD is also very good marketing innovation, established around 2014. And so in conclusion, there are several, as editor, we know that there are several very important marketing tools. For example, very old-fashioned, but still many publishers are using, is called email campaigns. That is also very useful. And the other one is quite a lot of tools for social media. So here, this picture lists quite a lot of, for example, Google Scholar, ResearchGate, quite a lot of this sort of marketing tools. And particularly if you look at in this picture, the dark blue one means that I am aware of this site and visit very frequently. And the second one, the pink green one, means I am aware of the site, but do not visit it regularly, so not so important. And the last one is I'm not aware of this site. So if you look at the diagram, you will find that Google Scholar is very important. That is that is very important, very, very valuable. But if you look at, particularly, for example, Twitter, it is not so promising. Only 5% researchers use Twitter regularly. And and there is a very good poster on the scholarly kitchen. Scholarly kitchen is so famous, and quite a lot of very good reading materials there. And in around 2019, 2 years ago, and there is a very good paper poster called "Can Twitter, Facebook, and Other Social Media Drive Downloads Citations?" And this is a very good reading material poster. And the conclusion is, if you look at the conclusion, the key point is more rigorous trials report little effect between social media interventions and readership, and of course citations. So, but still, social media are very important, for example, to drive the branding, to attract a new, to publicize newly launched journals. That is quite important. But if we focus or think about too many heavily, for example, would like to drive all citations, social media is not so useful, it's effective. And now there are, I will give some very good typical case study. The first one is called Chinese Journal of International Politics. That is a very good SSCI indexed journals, and sponsored by Tsinghua University, China. And the point is, I would like to mention that if you look at the full paper download historically, since 28 to 2011, that is 3 years period, we will find that there is a turning point, very obviously a turning point. That is July of 2010. That is because around this time, since this time, this journal use some sort of marketing policy to publicize some sort of readers. That is some sort of virtual issue publication. And this sort of readers attract enormous, very good readership worldwide. So after that, very quickly, after some time, this journal has a very obvious citation increase and visibility, and was indexed, covered by SSCI 2 years later. So readers take a very good effect for this journal. And the second case study is called Journal of Molecular Cell Biology. This journal was published around 29, and until now, that is already more than 10 years. Sorry. It is the first impact factor publicized around 2011 was over 13. That was very high. But after that, something, you see that some problem happened for this journal, and the impact factor dropped down again and again until 4 last year. And the journal editor, the editor-in-chief of this journal realized this serious situation for this journal, and around the middle term of 2019, and they partnered with TrendMD. They thought that TrendMD's cross-website recommendation service is really helpful, and until now, the situation has been changed completely. For example, this year, the impact factor has bounced back to over 6. So that is a very good case study. And the other one is called Cancer Biology and Medicine. Also, I mentioned this as a case study because for this journal, it used some sort of policy for called virtual special issue. And this sort of virtual special issue has been published on their website and also through email campaign and also through TrendMD service. And for example, here is the special virtual special issue called Breast Cancer Collection from this journal. And if you look at the outcome, you'll find that the CTR click-through rate for topic or the virtual special issue is doubled compared to the normal marketing. So it means that some sort of topic or virtual special issue is a very good policy for journal development. And the next one, clean energy. This is also a newly launched journal, launched in 2019, only 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And I put it here as a case study because if you look at the monthly download, full paper download number, we will find that, for example, for January 2021, this year, we will find that the full paper downloads is a little more than 10,000. Among these 10,000 full paper downloads in January, about half of the full paper downloads from Google Scholar that also prove that Google Scholar is extremely important. And the second one is, if you look at that, you will find that the second one is TrendMD service. It is almost 2,000. And if you compare this 2,000 with the last line, that is a little more than 3K, we will feel that the 3K clicks, TrendMD clicks means that TrendMD helps this journal bring in 3,296 new readers from other websites to the OUP website. Within this number, more than 60 readers, how to say it, they downloaded the full paper articles. The rate over 60% is really high. And the next one is we call it article level TrendMD metrics and SCI citations. This is a very interesting outcome. We use one software called SPSS that is a well-known online and financially successful statistic analysis tool. And we use this tool to analyze quite a lot of typical journals who use so-called TrendMD's typical surveys. We find that, and the conclusion is significantly positively correlated between TrendMD clicks and article level citation metrics. That is very interesting. Really interesting. So if you look at particularly for example, the p-value, the correlation coefficient, and R-square value, we will find that the result is very stimulating. So here we trialed the number of Chinese Journal of Chemical Engineering, Chinese Medical Journal. Sorry, that is quite a lot of Chinese Journal of Integrative Medicine, National Science Review, Cell Research, and the other medical journals. So for all these 6 typical journals, and including many other typical journals, the same conclusion can be drawn. So that is really stimulating. So summary. And if we talk about marketing tools, we know that different editors know that we have a very rich knowledge that there are quite a lot of marketing tools, but just like I said, in conclusion, that can be concluded into several categories. The first one is email campaigns, conference, for example, booth, and for example, the press release and TrendMD service, this sort of service, and some other social media. So in conclusion, so we can say that change has been very rapid in the methods used to market journals. I would say, particularly at this stage, special stage, because just like the first two speakers concluded that, on one hand, there are quite a lot of outcomes, very urgent, quite a lot of very needed, extremely needed by the market. But on the other hand, quite a lot of, because they pursue some speed, they would like to publish the results as fast as possible, so cause quite a lot of ethical problems. So the second point conclusion is there's no single perfect solution. That is quite, that's reality. We can't rely on one marketing tool, for example, email campaign, and then we said, oh, that could be, how to say, take a very good effect. That is not, in fact, that is not enough. Marketers need to rely on lots of different solutions in a single strategy. And different journals should adopt different marketing policies. And the last point is, it is extremely important that marketers should accurately measure the results of their efforts and do some adjustment if necessary. So about my main points. And I'm very happy to have the very good time to share our experience to editors from all Asia region. Very happy to have the chance to attend this very important conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Charlie. You have presented the brighter side of this pandemic. So you have highlighted some innovative ways to market our channels. So thank you very much.